We've all been waiting for. Separated for months through the pandemic, we can finally together. Two cities with an incredible history together, bonded through sport, as Hamilton, Ontario and Flint, Michigan return to the ice for the Canusa Virtual Games 2021. It's the Mohawk 4-pad in Hamilton, the Crystal Fieldhouse down in Flint, as we get set for a nose-to-nose matchup that'll finish with a little virtual shake of hands after. It's Hamilton, it's Flint, it's the Canusa 2021 Virtual Games. Good afternoon, I'm Reed Duthie, and for those of you watching along in Hamilton, the voice of your Hamilton Bulldogs, and so pleased to be joined on the other side of the border this afternoon.
Thanks, Reed. I'm Jack Snevice, the radio and TV play-by-play voice of the Flint Firebirds, happy to be taking part in the 63rd Canusa Games.
Now, Jack, one of the things that makes this so amazing is that Hamilton and Flint so well bonded together through sport, but the cities as well. Very similar populations, very similar in terms of their output, and when it comes right down to sport, these two cities love to go head-to-head with each other, but it's all about friendship. As I said in the open, it's about a shake of the hands, maybe this year virtually. After everything is over, these cities love to compete with one another.
And you can tell, I was there at Crystal Fieldhouse helping film the games this year, and despite not being able to be together in person, you can just tell, there's a little bit of smack talk, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to those relationships, bonds, friends that they make for a lifetime, really. And there's a reason that Hamilton and Flint, now this is the 63rd year in a row. And you can just tell it's a special event for these two communities.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate this year, Jack. I won't be able to come down and visit you in person in Flint, but I'm glad that we're able to do this. And watching along in our stream today, we want you to comment. Let us know where you're watching these games from. We want to see a lot of folks from both Hamilton and Flint tuning in for this. And Jack, as we move forward with this, the two teams, Hamilton with the Bulldogs, Flint with the Firebirds, it's not just about the OHL, it's about the development process for young players in either city. Both teams have really deep roots in the community.
Yeah, and it was my first Canusa games that I got to partake in, and just seeing all the different Firebird jerseys and asking some of the kids, not knowing entirely about the development program, where they were getting them from and how cool it was, and how cool it was that they loved being a part and having that Firebirds name and logo associated with them and the games they play, outside of just Canusa. It's really, really cool to see, and especially, having both Hamilton and Flint partake in these development programs. It's really great for not only growing the game, but, helping these friendships and bonds continue, which, we get to see every year at the Canusa Games.
Absolutely, and it's not just about us here today. It's not just about the Firebirds and the Bulldogs. It's about the cities of Hamilton and Flint, so big thank you to them, as well as to Innovate Hockey Development, the KEG, the CRIM, for making this stream possible today. Jack, you and I couldn't be here talking to one another if it wasn't for the great folks that made these virtual games possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And so much work went in behind the scenes that really the fans and, those involved are never going to quite understand. It just was a tremendous effort by everyone in both cities to get these games back, even though virtual, still better than nothing. And we look forward to continuing these Canusa games, hopefully in person next year.
Well, that's the plan anyway. But before we get to the action today, let's hear from another couple of folks who made this possible. The mayors, Hamilton and Flint. It's friendly, but it is a rivalry, and we'll hear from them next.
Hello, my name is Sheldon Neely, and I serve as mayor of the great city of Flint. And I want to welcome all of you here today for the 63rd Annual Canusa Games. The games are the oldest North American and largest running international games that we have. And so, it's been great. I participated in the games as a young person. I coached in the games as an adult. And now as mayor, I'm really reaching out to my counterpart, Mayor Eisenberger, to be able to present the Friendship Trophy. But before we do that, we always want to make sure that we thank the volunteers and the sponsors, because it takes such a great commitment to be able to participate and put these games on. We had to make a very difficult decision last year due to the pandemic and cancel the games. And this year we have our very first virtual games. And next year I'm looking forward to returning to games in person. But as I present my friend Mayor Eisenberger with the Friendship Trophy, also I'll be sending Flint's challenge coin over to you guys. And then making sure that, with the long-standing 63 years of friendship, this is a challenge coin. And then we have a saying on the back of this, a quote that I had: what defines us is how we rise. And we'll rise through the challenge of doing this virtually this year, but we'll be back in person next year. So congratulations to all the athletes. Congratulations to all the staff and volunteers and the sponsors for keeping this going. And God bless you guys. I'm looking forward to next year. See you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Canusa Games. I'm Fred Eisenberger, Mayor of Hamilton. I know this year has been quite a challenging one for all of us, and a special thanks goes out to staff and volunteers of the Canusa Games for organizing an event where we can continue our rivalry in sports in the spirit of friendship. Honored guests, friends, family, volunteers, and fans of the athletes participating this year, welcome. This year we are coming together while keeping our distance to compete, inspire, and remind everyone of the importance of the Canusa Games. Through sports, we will break records, foster sportsmanship, and hopefully have some fun. Wishing you all the very best as you compete. Let the games begin.
We are so happy to be joined at this time by one of the men who made these Canusa virtual games possible. I've known him for a long time. He is one of the elite upcoming development coaches in all of hockey anywhere in the world. From Innovative Hockey Development, it is Corey Stringer. Corey, thanks for being with us.
Reader, thanks, buddy. I appreciate the accolades as always. It's been a while, so it is great to see you and catch up.
Absolutely. And we've got Jack along with us as well, my counterpart in Flint. And we're having a great time with these Canusa virtual games and everything that you were a part of. So let's kind of dig into that a little bit. Let's start with the agility event, because these kids, they did a ton of great work through these drills. But agility, as Jack said off the top, probably the toughest of the events.
Yeah, it was a blast. We had some of my team with Innovate Hockey Development out to assist with the competition, and the agility was a ton of fun because you guys both know firsthand how elite these athletes are, especially at just such a young age too. They're incredible hockey players, and with the agility course, they really showed that. They showed their power, they showed their balance. You know, a lot of people forget at times you're just on two little thin blades, right? And to see a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 11-year-old out there cutting corners, sharp turns, controlling the puck, a lot of transition, moving their body, it was awesome. And we got the kids fired up. They were riled up. They were cheering each other on, and it was a good spectacle, that's for sure.
Awesome. Fantastic. Jack, I know you wanted to ask him about that accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for the accuracy for these kids, kind of explain just, it might look easy to the fans at home, but just how hard really is it to sit there and aim at these four targets?
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody watches the NHL skills competition and these guys make it look easy, but it's not. When you get up there, the pressure is on to hit even one target itself. So I have to tip my hat to those youngsters again, because we had a couple of kids that hit all four. And, it's a mind game, because if you don't hit one with the first 1, 2, 3 pucks, that's the stuff that just gets in your head. And then, you have a bad stretch, and next thing you know, you're 0-4. So, everybody knows hockey's a big mind game. So if you start off with the first or second puck and you hammer a target, you're setting yourself up for success. And, again, we love to see it with our kids, and they were stick clapping and cheering each other on. It was fantastic.
One of my favorite events at any skills competition is always the fastest skater one. It was the only one I was ever even close to being any good at. And I mean, still. But Corey, when you get some of these elite young athletes on the ice going through that fastest skater competition, what's that like watching them fly?
Hey, don't discredit yourself. I've seen you rip out there. A few times when you had the denim on too, and you were just boogieing up the ice. But back to the kids, they just showed their straightaway speed and their power. And a lot of kids nowadays, they work with skating coaches, they work with development instructors such as, myself, and, they really try and hone in on their stride and how powerful it can be. And, the movements that need to happen in order for them to generate that speed. So, we saw these kids flying around the ice. And we had a few females in the competition as well. One girl specifically, she was lights out. She's got such a nice, smooth, strong glide. And it was another fun event. And the parents got involved on the fastest skater as well. When they came around the bench, the parents were hooting and hollering. It was awesome.
Corey, for Innovate Hockey Development, how can parents or players who want to get into the skills side of it, want to get into really dig into their development moving forward, how can they get a hold of you and get in on your incredible work?
That's awesome, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. They can find us at innovatehockey.ca. They can also go through our social media links. Probably the best one, either being Instagram, we're at Innovate Hockey Dev, or Facebook, Innovate Hockey Development as well. The email directly to me, info@innovatehockey.ca, and then my personal cell and information is all on our website. So I would encourage anybody, even if you want to have a conversation, have a chat about hockey, about your player, about yourself, I'm all ears, and I like to keep open communication all the time.
Well, that's fantastic. And Corey, we really appreciate you being here. Appreciate everything you did for the Canusa Virtual Games in 2021 to make this happen. Such a great initiative. And I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. You are one of the best and brightest in the coaching world, up and coming. I can't wait to see you eventually behind a bench or working with an NHL organization, my friend.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. I've really always respected what you do, and hey, you've had a tremendous career already. So, Jack, great to meet you as well. Thank you to everybody within the Canusa organization too, because they gave us the opportunity, and it was just such a fun experience, especially with everything going on in the world right now. So thank you to the both of you. Thank you to Canusa, and it was just a fantastic day all around.
Well, thanks, Corey. We'll get to the events right after this.
One of the best things about the Canusa Games in exchange with Flint, Michigan is that the friendships that have been made over the years in all different aspects of sports. Since I've been a hockey coordinator, we met up with several families over the past few years going to Flint and coming back to Hamilton. My son played for the hockey program for the last 5 years. I've been involved for 6 years, and we still keep in touch with the same people, same families, and that we have since the beginning of it. That's one thing we try to promote, is the friendships that have developed, and most of the kids still are in touch with the same billet families, both in Flint and Hamilton. We look forward to seeing that set up again next year, and I know a lot of the families both in Flint and Hamilton are looking forward to seeing their billet families again. So get involved, and we look forward to seeing you all next year in 2022.
Well, Jack, time to get to the events, and we are going to start off on the agility side. Let's see what these young guys can do with their fancy footwork.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest competition event of the competition, I should say, as it really tests all aspects of hockey: your skating, your edge work, your puck handling abilities, tight turns, everything. It's a tough challenge, and watching how it was set up down at Crystal Fieldhouse, let me tell you, it wasn't easy for these players, and they did a great job. So let's see how it turned out.
Absolutely. Let's go down to the rink. And here we go to kick off the 2021 Canusa Virtual Games. And Jack, let's take a look at how they've got this obstacle course set up as Ben Havers takes the first run.
Yeah, you see you got to weave in and out of cones and then hit down to the goal line there, come right back through a few obstacles. And there's where stick handling comes into play. You see how tight these turns are, and having to keep your puck on your stick while doing it is incredibly difficult. Havers doing a great job here as he goes backwards in behind the net.
Yeah, Havers looks really strong through those first cones. And Jack, when you look at this, you can see how difficult this can be, especially when you're talking about kids aged 9 to 14, how well they're already starting this off as Anthony Amendola steps in.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we talked about those development programs in the intro, stuff like this where they teach you and, work you really as hard as possible to perfect your skills and just see the precision and how tight these turns are. Great work there by Anthony.
Now let's see if he can beat out his teammate. Both of the first two skaters from the Hamilton Huskies. He's going to be just a little bit behind, but just over 30 seconds, 34.79. Pretty darn good, Jack.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could break a minute on this watching the obstacle course, the way they set it up. And here you see Anthony Liu going in, and once again, just how tight you have to be around these turns. Both edges as well, left and right.
Third straight Hamilton Husky on the go, and Anthony got a really good start on that one, Jack. He flew through that first set of cones.
Again, it's really not as easy as it might look weaving in and out. Have to constantly, concentrate on your footwork, on your stick handling.
Again, it shows you just how fast Ben Havers was to open this up, that he did this in right about 30 seconds. And you see 39.43, and that still looked incredibly impressive.
First junior Bulldog here of the agility skate in Hamilton.
Andrew Liu getting a shot at it. And again, real quick out of the gates. I'm so impressed with the way they're starting, Jack, how quickly these kids are getting out of the blocks.
Yeah, Andrew's making it look effortless right now. Impressive work. He's going a little wider on his turns, but it gives him more room to hang onto that puck tight to the cone.
It does. Again, the time to beat so far, Ben Havers at 30.25. This is going to be tight, 32.53. That's an impressive showing.
Certainly was, and once again reiterates just how good Ben Havers was. First one up for Hamilton. It's the U12, U10 grouping.
Nolan Tilley on his run, again, second straight from the Hamilton Junior Bulldogs. Nolan having a good run around the cones. Nice pivot to get back, too. Well, you said it earlier, Jack. You don't think you could do this in a minute. I'm right with you, and I'm watching these kids pull this off. And I mean, every one of them just over 30 seconds, 34.13. This is an incredibly strong group. Ronnie Bally of the Flamborough Sabres stepping in.
Another good start, like you've been saying. That right there, those three cones seem to be the hardest because you're going almost full speed down to the goal line, and then you have to stop and quickly turn back. And another quick turn. Then you got to stick handle your puck back to the blue line, right around these cones.
Those cones right there that would really trip a lot of folks up. Nice stick handling, moving backwards as well. I think he may have played defense a time or two before us, Ronnie. And again, 38.4. We haven't seen anybody go over 40 seconds as Matthew Chow, the Huskies, steps in. And that might be the most impressive part so far, is the fact that everybody, Jack, is within that 30-second bracket.
And if there have been a couple of players who mess up, I should say, they've done a great job focusing, just getting the puck right back. They hit a cone, they gather themselves quickly, head right back to the next obstacle.
Matthew looked like a figure skater around those cones in the middle. And he's got a good run coming up the end, 32.53. He goes sub 33 seconds. Owen Falds from the Huskies up. Let's see if he can continue this. So far, everything, I think the longest we've seen so far is 39.45, Jack. We haven't seen anybody cross 40, and I think that's what's been so impressive to me.
Everyone has really been calm, cool, and collected as they work their way around all these obstacles.
Little bounce there, but he recovered beautifully on that back skate. Great edge work, and now the sprint to the finish. See, can he cross it before 40? Yes, indeed, 36.49.
And I love the red laces there matching the entire uniform.
That just ties it all together.
Absolutely.
Fox Poirier steps in, another of the Hamilton Huskies. And Jack, the ones that he's going to come up to here, the small, almost net-looking objects there that he's got to put the puck through and turn around, I think a lot of people might think those are really easy. I think those are folks that have never tried it, because you can bang one of those no problem with the puck.
Especially since you've been weaving in and out and having to stop and start. Your balance might not be there entirely as you skate a straightaway finally. Good run here.
And again, 35-1. Noah Beauregard stepping in. I'm really impressed with the back skating. 10 to 12-year-old age group. And these kids, when they turn backwards, make that pivot, they've all been very strong.
Absolutely.
I mean, you and I both seen in the OHL at times, you'll see guys who are tremendous skaters and catch a rut going backwards and go full yard sale.
Yeah, and like I said, some of these kids you've seen hit a cone, you've seen lose a puck. There's there's no panic. They pick it right back up and impressively, keep going, keep skating. Another good run right here.
Oh, Noah Beauregard's best run right at the end. A little self-pass off the boards into the sprint. He finished that beautifully. Just over 36 seconds as Mitchell Cattle steps in.
Another Hamilton Husky. Well represented they are in these Canusa games.
Hamilton Huskies have been having a great bounce in recent years. In fact, the Hamilton Bulldogs will have one at camp this year with Patrick Thomas stepping in. And again, the quickness out of the gates, how quickly they're firing out through those first cones is so impressive, and it's setting them all up to have really good times, 36.86.
Another good one.
Bryce Simpson, and that run of Huskies keeps on going. I think we're all Huskies in the 10 to 12-year-old group the rest of the way here for Hamilton. And again, very quickly through there, Jack. They're making that first part of the course look easy.
They are, and this seems to be the toughest part. It's this last cone transition, skating backwards. I know I would be dizzy as can be after weaving your way through the first set, then headed back down, come back, a couple of 360s.
So impressed with the pivot. And again across the line in 36.36. Olivia DeCarlo's going to step in. Whoa, did she get a jump out of the gate?
That was probably the best start we've seen out of this group.
And she's right on it through those first cones. Just absolutely blazed the first set of the course.
Olivia looks like the most impressive skater so far, just losing the puck there, but a good job hustling back.
Oh, and that's unfortunate because I think she was on track to give Ben Havers a real tough one coming down to the end. She's going to be a bit behind, but even with the bobble of the puck, 34.59.
And I think you said it best. I think she was in a position there to take the lead time away from Havers. Still finished sub 35. That was one of the most impressive runs of the day.
Yeah, hopefully see a little bit more of Olivia coming up as Calder Anderson on the run. And again, he crosses into that second group of cones before he hit 15 seconds. And that seems to be the sweet spot for these Hamilton Huskies players that all get that first part of the course done fairly quickly. I believe this is the last one for Hamilton before we head to the Crystal Fieldhouse to check in on the Flint side. And 35 even. Great run for the Hamilton grouping as Ben Havers, who went first, ends up winning the event or coming out on top of the event for the Hamilton side at 30.25. He was a rocket ship, Jack.
He was phenomenal. He set the tone early, and there was a reason no one could beat him. There's Olivia Decaria there in fourth as well. And you said it, just if she held on to that puck, where she might have finished, she might have been sub 30 even.
Yeah, that was getting very exciting. You see everybody right down to the end, all 13 skaters come out under 40 seconds. That's a great grouping on the Hamilton side as we get set to send it down to your wheelhouse in Flint with Leo Coulter starting it up.
Junior Firebirds right here. Just losing an edge.
Nice work through those agility points and now into the second set of cones. Impressive work here, Jack. I think he's got some time back.
Yeah, good work all the way around, keeping on those edges. Last second sprint right here around the cone. And a good starting time there, 36.53 to kick things off.
Gianni Vinatieri stepping in. It looks like we're staying with that Flint Junior Firebird program. And again, Jack, we talked about it off the top. These junior programs that are affiliated with the Bulldogs and the Firebirds are just so good.
So good, so important, such a great part of the community. You know, we love being associated with the youth programs because this is where, hockey starts. It's fun, it's exciting, and it gives kids opportunities like this to participate in the Canusa games.
And let's remind everybody, as Gianni's going to make his sprint down to the end, this is the 10 and under group for Flint. These kids are doing these sub 40 second times in that age bracket. That is outstanding.
And Leo Coulter, after just 2 skaters, Connor Henson on the way, but Leo Coulter, 9 years old, leading the way right now, 36:53 the time to beat.
Connor Henson's got a great run going here. Made those cones look easy.
Impressive work. Got to drop the puck in the net. Grab another one. Final sprint. Oh, he just overskated it. It looks like we have a new best time in the under 10 grouping.
Yep, Miles Holloway up next from the KV Renegades. Now, whereabouts are they located, Jack?
It's a great question. I'm still getting used to the area myself. Another one of these youth development programs.
Now, we should congratulate Jack as well. For fans in Hamilton unaware, Jack is taking over on the Flint side, essentially the same play-by-play and hosting roles that I do for our Bulldogs. Jack has taken over for Flint. So, again, Jack, I know I said this to you online and in the email, but congratulations.
Thank you, Reed. It was nice to meet you a couple years ago when I was a mere intern, and now having a chance to, be a voice here in the OHL. It's exciting as can be.
You're going to do great, my friend. You're going to do great as Max Perry steps in. Back to the Flint Junior Firebirds.
Yeah, and Perry was an impressive one. I was there, got to witness it. Just lost the puck off the edge there, but you see the tight turn right back at it.
He's got a real power stride, too, for someone in the under 10 category. Oh, just caught the edge. Might have been a rut there as he made that turn.
Don't kid yourself. We keep saying it. This is not easy. You're trying to stick handle while being as tight as can be to, drop as many seconds off your time as possible. The time won't do the run justice there for Max Perry. An impressive start and just a couple of mishaps in the middle, but a good skater nonetheless.
Alexandro Prozoga stepping in from Firebirds HT, first representative from that program that we've had. Let's see if Alexandro can get through that. Oh, nicely done, up and over the second one. It seems like each player is learning a little bit something from the ones that go before.
Yeah, absolutely. There is an advantage to going last, you would say, because there is, different ways to approach it. The stick handling, are you going to go wide on your turns and try and stick handle the puck best, or stay close to the cones to shave off a couple of extra seconds in tight turns around, but you also risk hitting the cone. That was a good run right there from Alexandra.
Jake Ward's going to step in. Junior Firebirds once again, and Jake's out on fire. Oh, what a start for Jake Ward. He came flying through like we were talking about with Olivia on the Hamilton side, Jack. He got going in a hurry. Oh, just missed that gate, had to turn back.
And you mentioned those big power strides again.
You can see the potential here. Again, folks, this is the 10 and under group. Wrap your head around that one as you watch Jake Ward skate.
Just so impressive watching these kids work. And they must love the game of hockey because they're out here on a Sunday and they're representing their junior clubs. Just having the time of their life. Trying to win the Canusa games.
Cooper Massimino. We move into the 12 and under group for Flint. And you can see right away Cooper. And there's one thing that does create a problem, Jack. You stick a puck off the side of one of the obstacles or to the side of a cone, and it breaks your momentum a little bit. Everything that Cooper had going, it had to slow down a little bit, but he's on a great time right now.
That's why it's been so impressive watching these kids really, when it has happened, how quickly they've been able to recover. Just no panic. They know what's needed as Owen Perry comes out hot out of the gate.
From Little Caesars, and he's got that Nordique-style uniform on. Maybe trying to channel a little bit of Joe Sakic here. Just a slight fall, and he's right back on his horse. Perry got up in a hurry and is absolutely chugging.
Similar to Olivia with Hamilton. An impressive run, just one little mishap. Otherwise, we might have seen our first sub-30 time of the afternoon.
Oh, there's no doubt. I couldn't believe how quickly he got onto the recovery there. Tucker Petty from Lakeland Hawks steps in. Looks like Lakeland based their jerseys off the Hawks from the Mighty Ducks movie.
Absolutely.
Those are snappy jerseys, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, for villains in a movie, they really, they were nice uniforms, and there's a reason teams like Lakeland copied them, and another great run right there.
Wow, that's tremendous work as Petty goes 31.1. Jeremiah Sillers from GFHA 09. And Jeremiah, one of the biggest members in the competition. He gets the turn going through the obstacles, up and over the second. And Jeremiah's on a good run to start. You got to figure those agility cones, as you're a taller player, they got to be tough because you're trying to make that tight turn. And if you got the long stick, you're kind of automatically out to the end. You almost have to choke down on the stick.
Right, that's where really, the precision comes into play. Your edge work, just how sharp can you be? It was a great run right there.
Official time, I believe we have it as 39.26 as Leo Coulter makes his way through.
Another junior Firebird we have here. You see just how hard it is, especially after some of the players have gone. The ice is a little worn down. It's not as fresh. They don't, they Zamboni in between each age group. But after so many turns and stops and starts, it certainly chews away at the ice a little bit.
Oh, it has to. There's no chance that it would be clean coming all the way through, as Coulter's going to drive his way through for a 43.86, and that will finish the U10, U12 group. Tucker Petty with the blazing 31.1, followed by Owen Perry, who no doubt in my mind, Jack, would have blown through this event sub 30 without that little fall. 32.59, still an incredibly impressive score.
Yes, just all of these kids. Still, it's amazing what they can do. The U10, U12 groupings. See Will Terry, Max Perry up there. But you mentioned it, Owen Perry, what he could have done. Just one little mishap. Excited to see what he has for us the rest of the competition.
We've seen 25 skaters so far do the agility, and not one of them has been past 45 seconds. As we go into Glancaster's Noah Smith on the U14 side, back to the Mohawk 4-pad in Hamilton. And Noah on fire to open up, but caught that obstacle, and that one is going to cost him a little bit of time.
Tough to see, but it is such, there's a reason these agility contests are the hardest one, because there's so much involved, so much skating, stick handling. Got to have a short memory as well. You hit a barrier like that, just the ability to bounce back, get on your feet, keep going. And it's going to be a sub 40 time still for Noah Smith, an impressive run with a couple of mishaps there.
Great work on the recovery as Luigi D'Ortenzio steps in. Stony Creek Warriors being represented here. As you get to the U14, we'll see a few other teams get represented on both sides of the border. As D'Ortenzio, it's that second net that you've got to go underneath that seems to be giving some issues, and looks like it got Luigi a little bit off kilter.
Well, it's a little different here when you're, 14, you're bigger, you're stronger, you're faster. And so it's coming out of that last cone of that triangle built down there on the goal line. Players are coming out wide and just having to recover quickly with the net, the beam, I should say, that they're going under right in front of them.
Alex Downey, good start around those cones. Very clean to open up. Oh, and he made it work. Downey might have a real good run going here as he goes skate the stick.
And that was impressive. That was really smart. You saw what the first couple of skaters did. He didn't go wide around that final cone down on the goal line. He kept it tight, had the puck right in the stick in a good position to stick handle, and an impressive running right here from Luigi.
33.69, really good run as Alex Downey will give way to Marco Ristori of the Stony Creek Warriors.
That's right. That was Alex Downey on the last run. Luigi went before him.
We're dealing with a lot of names.
Tight.
It's like being a teacher today, Jack. We got to get used to the class.
That's right. All so impressive, especially when you get some teammates. Stony Creek Warriors well represented in this U14 grouping. Another nice run right here.
Good sprint to the end, off the boards, takes, and 30.03. Almost, I think if he had strode through right at the end, he might have broke 30.
We're getting close. Someone in this group's going to do it. You just have that feeling. Just so impressive. You see the jump from U12, U10 to U14.
Could it be Dimitri Georgikoulias from the Stony Creek Warriors? As Dimitri just lost the handle on it a little bit, broke his momentum just for a second, but he got it back really quickly. Again, Jack, it goes back to what we've been talking about, the recovery. Even if there is a slight error, it's the recovery that these kids are making, and then they just turn the jets right back on.
And at such a young age, too. You know, you see players in the OHL and the NHL sometimes, you know, it gets in their head the rest of the way. They can't do that here in this competition. It's so quick. It's so fast. And these skaters are so impressive how quickly they're able to bounce back.
Rodney Hubens making his way through for the Stony Creek Warriors. And it's those beams that have gotten a couple, but he just keeps on going. Again, it's the recovery. They don't drop the head. They don't worry about it. They just keep on going. It's like it might have broken his momentum a little bit, but he's going to recover and keep on chugging. That's the key. It's not whether you fail, it's how you recover from it.
Absolutely. We've talked about it. This is not easy. How many players must be, you know, dizzy coming out of some of these turns and to skate backwards right out of the gate?
We're going to be dizzy by the end of the event watching them as Sam Wilkie jumps in from Glancaster. Sam gets a great start. Nice pivot around that bottom cone.
There's that tight turn.
Really good run here for Sam. This time could be a really, really good one here. Oh, little trouble with that beam getting in the way on the back skate. Sam's still going to break through at 33.56. Great work there.
An impressive run and a great job. He caught the beam with his skate, didn't stop him. Kept going backwards and was able to come around that net hot. Finished with 33 on his time.
Jaden Glenn-Barricum from the Stony Creek Warriors. And again, Jaden looks like he's looking for a big time. Little pivot around there. Moving backwards around the net. Deposits. And now Jack, let's see what he can do on the sprint. He's got a good one going. 32.4.
We're getting closer. Absolutely. These U14s are as impressive as you will see.
Yeah, I really want to see somebody break that 32nd as Brady McConnell from the Junior Bulldogs up. And wow, how about this start, Jack?
Power stride around that first cone. Good stop. Good transition. Might have a chance right here.
Got a chance on the sprint. 26. Can he do it? Across the line. 29.43.
That was as impressive of a run as we've seen yet. The new time to beat.
And Jackson Harris-Mowich got the memo. Look at the start he's out to. Little trouble with the beam, but he got it back right around the cones. Boy, they are getting better and better. And it looks like they're feeding off one another too, Jack. We talked about them learning from one another, but as somebody puts up a big time, it's like everybody else gets picked up by that.
Yep, absolutely. And they're figuring out which way would work best for them, how they're going to approach certain turns, certain angles. Another good time posted right there. Can we get someone else to break 30?
Isaiah Sleichtenhorst from the Junior Bulldogs. And again, the starts. That's where we saw them really pick it up in the 10 and 12-year age group. Their starts were tremendous. And now the U14s have sort of taken that, and they've added in that next element. Their run through the cones has been really good.
Yeah, powerful first step really gives you a big boost in a competition like this where you're skating straight away through some cones down. Have to put on the brakes. 31.10, another great time right there. That time from Isaiah.
Jason Moriarty up, and Moriarty's got a really smooth stride. Long stride, and the turns look really good.
He looks comfortable in this competition right now.
Just had a little fumble with the puck, but recovered it quickly. Only 25 seconds coming around the back of the net. He's got a chance for a good one. Just couldn't get it deposited into the goal. The long strides will help him here at the end, though, to drive 34-3. Nicely done on the finish. Jackson Harris Mowich. Oh, it looks like we've got a bit of an upset here. Jason is the one who ends up at the 28.36. So we had that originally as Brady McConnell, but it's Jason Harris Mowich, Jack, that ended up in that time slot.
What a run that was. 28-36. We were talking about breaking 30. He broke 29 even in the process.
So as they clean up the time and give us the officials, that is tremendous work. Under 29 seconds. That is going to be a tough one to beat, but we know there are some folks in Flint chomping at the bit to give it a go. And here we go, Jack, with Parker Bendall.
A lot of Flint Junior Firebirds in this group, and a good start right there, weaving his way through the first set of cones.
Parker can move. Well, see the speed coming out. Well, we talked about it with the Hamilton group. If you get out to that good start, what it can set you up for. And now Parker's going to drive the feet, turn the back of the net, and let's see what he can do. He's got a great time going. Oh, wow.
How about that? First one from the Flint group and a new agility time to beat. Parker Bendall, a great run to kick things off here for the U14s.
Brennan Bernard from the Junior Firebirds. He'll have a couple of turns. Gets around that last one. Didn't let the puck get away. And he's got a good one going. Again, he's under 25 by the time he gets the puck to the net. Can he break 30? Yes, he can.
Another impressive run, especially around that last cone. You saw him slip up just a little bit, but recovered nicely, broke 30 in the process.
I think we're going to get a really good look at some talented Flint skaters here, Jack. There's some momentum going right now. As Avery Cook has a little bit of a fumble, but recovered it quite quickly. Dropped down, right back to his feet. Come on, Avery. He just kept going. He wasn't going to give it up.
And I can tell you from being there, he wanted to go again. He wanted another shot at it because he knew he had a chance at the best time there. Still 33 seconds with a couple of mishaps. An impressive time for Avery Cook.
That's extremely impressive as Aiden Cook is going to go next. Flint Junior Firebird. And again, look at those pivots off the start. We're seeing that with the under 14 group. A little bit older, a little bit more time put in. A little bit more development's been done on the skating. Look at the turns for for Aiden Cook.
Just lost it for a second off that third cone, but doesn't look like it's gonna matter as Aiden Cook now has the fastest time, sub 26.
25-8. That is wild as Braden Hoover's gonna step in. I don't know that we're gonna see one better than that, Jack. That's a pretty special time in this event.
And he still had trouble around that third cone as well. Unbelievable run from Aiden Cook. And how about Braden Hoover going right after him and having what looks to be a sub-30 run himself?
29-4, he did. Logan Larson from Bigby Coffee up next. Oh yeah, the Flint skaters have really turned it up here at the U14 level. And we're seeing those times just under 30 consistently. A little bit of a issue there for Logan on that beam, but he kept her going. And again, the recoveries have been oh so impressive, even when there's been a little bit of a slip.
And we've seen a lot in this group. The third cone, third time through, has caught a couple.
36-9, still made it work. Owen Palmer from the Junior Firebirds.
This is such an impressive group to watch.
All the way around through those cones.
Great work around that first cone. Put on the brakes quickly, but keep going. Carry his momentum around that first turn. Puts him in a good position here to break 30.
He's got a really good time. Again, he's under 25 coming around the net. He's got to make the sprint. Does. 29-1-3. Salvatore Viviano from Victory Honda. And he just caught that second cone with his skate. Again, the work through the beams. Oh, and there it is, hitting that almost like a goal post. Viviano just kept it going, and now look at the turns, Jack. This is where he's going to excel.
Yeah, he's finally got that momentum back behind. Not a good feeling losing that puck, but Viviano has done a great job here recovering for a great time as well. Wow.
Alex Wainio from Big B Coffee. Stepping his way through, go skate the stick, made it work, keeps it going. Had to cut around there on the end, otherwise he was going straight through that beam. He gets real low around those cones.
And he is flying through this course. You think he wants the best time? Great effort right here from Alex.
I would say so. He's still under 28 as he picks that puck up. 31:07, but it's Aiden Cook with the mind-blowing 25-8.
Just an unbelievable run, and how about that? 5 skaters from the Flint U14 group to break 30. An unbelievable run from all those involved in this grouping.
What a fantastic opening event.
Yes, that was as impressive, and that's the hardest competition we'll see this afternoon. How quick, how precise you have to be. The recoveries, the skating, your edge work, everything involved in that event. It was fun to watch. Excited to see what comes next here at the virtual Canusa Games.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, Jack, and when we come back, we're going to head to the accuracy shooting competition at the Canusa Games.
Jack Snevice here at the Flint Firebirds, the 2021 Canusa Games between the Firebirds and the Hamilton Bulldogs. Virtual this year. I'm here with the ice hockey chairman, Mark Caron, Mark, how great of a day has it been so far?
Man, it's been a really great day. We didn't know what to expect with the numbers that we had, but a little lower than what we expected, but the kids are having a great time.
What's your favorite part of doing the Canusa Games every year?
Just seeing the kids. Yeah, it's just special, and the friendships that are made between the families from Flint and Hamilton. It's the friendship and watching the families get together and grow. It's awesome. Well, we've got some pretty good kids here skating today, so hopefully we bring the cup back to Flint this year. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
We are on the road to our next event, which is going to be accuracy shooting. But before we get there, Jack, the agility skate, what a run we saw at the end. We were rooting for somebody to break 30 seconds, and we ended up seeing Aiden Cook break 26. A really great run on both sides of the border. Hard to pick a winning side overall on that one.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, that's the toughest competition you'll see here in the Canusa Games. Just so much going into it, so much focus needed. Recoveries were important the whole way. It's tough competition for a reason, but so many impressive runs from both groups, U14 and U12, U10.
Absolutely. And for those of you watching along with us, again, please jump into the comments section. Let us know where you are watching from, Jack. We want fans on both sides of the border.
Absolutely. Team Flint, Team Hamilton. If you know someone competing, please let us know by commenting on the stream here below. You'll have a chance to enter to win a prize pack from a respective team.
And as we get set to get back to the action, let's first talk about something big for Canusa. That's volunteering. Let's hear more about that.
Hey, I'm Corey. I'm here to officiate the online skills competition. When I was 12, I actually played for the Canusa Games. One of my best memories in all of hockey is going down to Flint and playing hockey, and I'm still in touch with my billet when I stayed there in Michigan. I'm excited to be a part of this today, and go Canada go.
All right, Jack, it's so great to see so many volunteers who make these games possible. If you would like to be involved, go to canusagames.com. There is a volunteer section for you to visit. And if you're an athlete, please check out the site because it's not just hockey. I know that's what we're highlighting today, but Canusa is so much more. There's something for everybody. Make sure you go to the website. I mean, Jack, from the volunteers to the athletes, we can't say enough about what they've done to make this happen.
They are the backbone of the Canusa Games. Parents, coaches, any kind of volunteer possible. They make this happen and they've been a huge help in making the virtual Canusa games happen this year. We sure thank them and can't thank them enough, really, for their hard work.
That's why you and I are sitting here, and as we're sitting here, let's get set. Back to the action. It's the accuracy shoot. All right, Jack, here we go for accuracy shooting. Everybody knows this event, I think. You're looking for those targets, and we're looking to see if they can hit all four. Ben Havers starting it up for Hamilton.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite competition. It's so much harder than you think, especially if you get on a run where you just are missing by a couple of inches and you're going for one target in particular. It's not as easy as it seems. It can be very mental, but it's also one of the most rewarding for those sharpshooters.
And Ben's going to finish with one target hit. And you look at as well, when you're going through U10 and U12 age groups, it's tough on these kids to hit those targets. They got to get a lot of torque on that shot.
Yeah, and you see they're moving, too, with it, and they're getting passes. It's not standstill pucks.
Anthony's got a pair. He's got three. And, oh, just couldn't get that one inside the post. Was looking for the fourth.
That was an impressive showing. Came inches close to that top left corner.
Anthony Liu, next one up for Hamilton out of the Huskies program. Of course, for the folks that know this event, they'll probably remember it from Raymond Bourque at All-Star games gone by, just absolutely owning the accuracy shoot. I lost count of the number of times he went 4 for 4 as Anthony just trying to get a little something on that puck. As again, you see the difficulties that young players can have just getting enough on that puck to get it up.
Man, you can see, too, fatigue sets in a little bit. You have shot attempts, and you keep going, and you're so close, but you're not getting one. But I tell you what, Raymond Bourque, when he started out, he wasn't hitting 4 for 4 at U10, U12 either, so.
No, exactly, and he'll tell you that himself. He had to build it up, and that's what these young guys are doing. And you see a lot of promise with it, too. They know where they're going for. It just sometimes won't cooperate with them as this time it's Andrew Liu, and he looking for that bottom corner. Couldn't get it there. Let's see if he can get one in. Did get it on the end. Nicely done.
Great shot right there to get one. Certainly, you'd like to get as many as you can, but even just finishing on a high note like that going into the next competition gives you some confidence.
I believe Tilly rang the crossbar with his second shot, and again. So Tilly knows how to get it upstairs, takes the low right one out. And he had a little something to it. He's got, I think, another puck left. And that one straight upstairs. That was impressive, just the amount of torque he was getting on that stick.
Yeah, he had some power behind that as well, and hitting 2 crossbars in a row as Ronnie Bally goes top left right there. Nice shot to get one on the board. Does it again. And we already got that target.
He's got a bottom corner. Or did he? Did he hit something that was at the side of the net? They're hard to tell. One officially for Ronnie Bally as he steps back and just couldn't get it to go. So officially one as Matthew Chow gets a shot.
I believe Ronnie Talley hit the target that fell from the top left corner in behind the bottom right. So it is one officially for him.
Great
nice
eyes.
showing nonetheless.
Great eyes on that one as Matthew Chow's got 2. Looking for a little bit more. Couldn't get anything else, but 2 in 18 seconds. And that goes to the fatigue you talk about. When you're firing that many that quickly, it's going to wear on you a little bit. Oh, way to start for Faulds.
That's what you want. Sometimes that can be the difference. He's going for that upper right corner now. That's the strategy I think you want to have. If you go for one as he goes right back to the upper right. Like I was saying, if you can't seem to hit one, change it up and then go right back to maybe your favorite spot just to give you a different look at it. And he finishes off with the 3 for 4 shooting accuracy right there. Nice run at it for Owen Faulds.
Yeah, that's an impressive showing as Fox Poirier steps up. And he whistled that one, but just wide. So far 3 is the number to beat for Faulds. And Fox Poirier, he's not getting the targets, but Jack, he can absolutely whistle that puck.
He lines up for a slap shot on the last one. Just trying to show what he can do. Impressive, nonetheless.
Noah Beauregard. And again, another player looks like he can really sling the pucks. Got one in the low corner. Looking across the net, just under it. And again, another player who's getting some torque. He's got a pair. Can he go upstairs with it? Just didn't get enough on that one. 2 for Noah Beauregard. Good showing again. Mitchell Cattle. Oh, top left. Cattle hit the post that time. He's hovering right around it.
He sure is close. Hits that top run.
He's got both of the top ones down. Does he have enough pucks left to keep it going? He's got it low left. Last one. He got it.
What an effort to come back. He missed the first couple. Didn't start out the best, but he got into a rhythm down the stretch there. And that's a 4-for-4 effort from Mitchell Cattle.
Wow, I was not expecting to see a 4-for-4 in this age group, I have to be honest. That's tremendous work as Bryce Simpson up. And Bryce having a little bit of trouble getting it. There he goes. He's got one low. And again, another player at this age group, Jack, who can sling a puck.
It's just impressive. All of these kids, U10, U12, the futures they have in the sport of hockey are as bright as can be.
Well, Olivia DeCarla just missed on her first one. And again, she's getting some pretty good composite on the puck. Can she get one here to get herself on the board? Oh, she does. She does it in style. Takes out top right.
Disappointed in herself, but another great showing for Olivia. She was impressive in the agility competition. I'm sure she'd like more than just the one there, but great job nonetheless.
Calder Anderson's going to finish it out for the U10, U12s on the Hamilton side. And Anderson goes upstairs, top right, and then gets the bottom right. He went back to back. He just couldn't find it across the other side of the net and nearly did on the end. And Coulter, again, back to what we were talking about. He can drag the puck and let it go at that age.
What a shot that was. No, it didn't hit the target. There he gets the top left. He's been going after that one the entire run.
Maybe one more. Crossbar. Didn't get it to go. One more chance at it. Little delay. Wants the top right. Couldn't get it to go, but that was impressive, Jack. You're right. Hit the back bar and then took the crossbar.
Just the power behind these kids shooting right now is unbelievable for their age. I believe these are the U10s as well for Flint.
Yeah, that's what I've got as well. U10 is Gianni Finiteri stepping in. He's already got one. Can he add something to it before the end of the run here? Looked like he wanted that top left and nearly got it. We were talking about it on the Hamilton side. Same thing on the Flint side. This is the 10 and under group, and the ability to clutch down and torque that stick to put it to the top corner is incredibly impressive, as Connor Henson almost did.
And it's not like these kids are just, putting everything they have into these shots. These are looking effortless almost with the power behind for 10 years old. One more opportunity here to get one.
Henson hits the middle of the net. And it looks like he's got another puck still to go. Just couldn't bring it down onto that target. He hovered around a couple of them, though. Miles Holloway, hey, that's the way to start. Top right nearly got top left back to back. Jack, he's all over that top shelf.
Yeah, he clearly likes picking corners upstairs.
Oh, and he did get it.
Top left now, 2 for 2 upstairs.
See if he can add anything else onto it. Just underneath. And just a bit outside. Wow, what a run for Miles Holloway, though, those 2 top ones. Max Perry will step up.
You said it when we were on the Hamilton side of things. Didn't really expect to see this out of this young of an age group. Max Perry's flinging him over the crossbar as well.
Yeah, you can see we're just a little bit of development on these shots. And wow, there's a beauty. Top left corner. Just a little right on cue again. Top right. A little bit of development on these shots. We're going to be looking at some special players at this age group as Max Perry will finish with a pair. Alexandro Przoga steps in. Let's see what Alexandro can show us here. Hit the goalpost. Don't get frustrated, young fella. You look good. He's going to go for the backhand.
Must trust his backhand more.
Well, I got to say, I've been watching All-Star games since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and I've never seen anybody come up with the backhand.
Tell you what, he has an impressive backhand for 10 years old.
Yeah, if I'm him, I think maybe I keep going with that backhand. That's a dangerous shot. He's going to score a lot of goals in Flint, Michigan with that backhand, Jack. That was really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jake Ward's going to finish it out for the U10s for Flint. He's right down the pike. Oh, just missed bottom left. And again, we're seeing it. It's not hitting the targets, Jack, but look at where he's putting that puck.
Right. Like you said, just a little bit of development for these guys. Just so good at such a young age. Really excited to see how all of their hockey careers pan out.
It's like what U10 goaltender is stopping that when he tries to go upstairs there. As we go to the U12s, Cooper Massimino, as I untie my tongue, starts up for us. Whoa, that was a bullet.
Love those junior Firebirds jerseys. Similar to the Oilers' third jersey that they have up there in Edmonton. And he has a great shot just everywhere but the target at the moment.
He's not going to get one, but that was one of the more impressive pure shooters that we've seen in terms of power. As Owen Perry will step in. Perry goes top left. Very deliberate. Top right. Are we going to see something special here? Bottom left. Jack, this could be big.
Just underneath it.
Did he get it? He got it. That was 4 for 5.
Wow. That's one of the more impressive showings we've seen in all of the competition here so far.
Wow. Tucker Petty steps in. He's already got one.
Look how wide Petty is. Likes that angle.
Well, he's working it well. He's got 3. Can we go back-to-back in Flint? Oh, he just missed. Jeremiah Sillers next up. I'm still just absolutely buzzing from what we saw with Owen Perry going 4 for 5 as Jeremiah Sillers steps in. And again, look at the impressive shot. I mean, you can't tell me, Jack, the U12 goalies enjoy facing him.
Not at all.
Leo Coulter, who I believe is doing double duty, representing both the U10s and U12s as he nails 2 targets there.
Doing a great job representing both. Good effort right there.
Way to go, Leo, as he picks up a pair on the end of Dangerous, starting with Noah Smith.
This is where I wish they would bring in the targets they had back in the day, I should say, for the NHL skills competition, the exploding targets that you hit. But a great start right here for Noah Smith.
I missed those exploding targets. He's got 3. 4 for 8.
Wow. Just like that.
Hey, if that's what we're going to see out of our U14s, let's keep her going. Luigi Tortenzio from Stony Creek up next.
The power behind these shots.
I believe that was Corey Stringer that almost had to duck out of the way when he hit the post. Oh, he's got 3. Just couldn't get that one down. Just missed it. Just.
Look, just underneath it. maybe an inch off.
Alex Downey. You can see that the difference, too, now as you get to the U14s, Jack, a little bit more speed involved here. Taking a little bit less time to get a hold of the puck, although that time it just got under his forehand. But it takes a little bit less time to get it and release. And
we
there's
noticed
the target.
this in the agility competition, too. They're bigger, they're stronger. They've been, a couple more years in their respective programs, and it makes a lot of difference. Excited to see where these kids head to next, 15, 16 years old down the road.
Marco Ristori's up next. He's already got one. He's got two. They made sure he got that one on the bottom right. Ooh, just up and over the top. And he'll finish up with a pair. So again, good roll keeps going.
Quick pace to this as well. It's not just, stop and shoot whenever you feel like it. So it's even more impressive. These guys are constantly moving, constantly receiving the passes, trying to find their favorite corner in the net.
Dimitri Georgakoulis working his way through. He's got a pair. Oh, just missed that top left. Looks like he's got one more to go. Just couldn't get the top corners. He was dancing with them. Rodney Hubens from the Stony Creek Warriors. Well, there was your exploding target, Jack.
I was going to say, broke the bracket right off the post.
I'm with you. I do miss those exploding targets. They were fun to watch.
Especially because now I believe they're the screens they have there where it's a sensory base. It's not the foam anymore that explodes when guys are shooting it 100 miles an hour at it.
Yeah, and the only problem is I know they've had trouble in the past with those sensors.
Yep.
Sam Wilkie comes up. Wilkie's teammate Noah Smith went 4 for 8 earlier on. And Wilkie's got a target. All right, good showing for Lancaster. Both of them on the board. Jaden Van Blaricum, again, another one representing that powerful Stony Creek Warriors program. He's got top right and low right. Oh, just missed that bottom left.
Thought he had it as well. Sometimes it just takes seeing, a target hit, settle into a rhythm, try and get the third one here. A good recovery there to get 3 on the board there for Jaden.
Jaden might be calling Toronto for a review on that one low. I think he wanted that. Brady McConnell, there's a way to open, top right. Looking for that top left. He was dancing with it, got it low left. Just didn't pick up low right. Now he does. Has a chance at it. Crossbar. Oh, almost.
Wow. Just couldn't get that top left one to go. I like the strategy going low to try and get the next two, then going back up there, and he just missed.
Jackson Harris-Mowich, who was the best in the agility skate for Hamilton. As he corrals and has a pair. Now up top, he's got both the top targets down, and he's got the bottom. I think that was the second 4 for 8.
And Harris-Mowich having a great Canusa games here so far.
He's been at the top of the leaderboard in both events. Sleghorst took that one skate to stick, didn't get what he wanted on it, but keeps on going. Oh, and he ripped that one out.
The power behind that shot. Just so impressive.
Oh, Jack, I wish goaltenders facing him good luck. As Deason Moriarty will be the last one for the Hamilton side. And he just powered that one out. Yeah, the shots are getting more dangerous. I'm looking forward to seeing what we get on the Flint side as there's a pair down. Tried it upstairs, couldn't get it to go, so 2 hit. We had 2 take 4. Noah Smith and Jackson Harris-Mowich who get it going on the accuracy side. As Bendall, well, there's a way to open it up. Bendall with 1. And 2. He's got both of the top ones out. Looking for that low right. Got it. There's 3.
Exploding target as well. 4 for 4. What a start for Bendall.
Bendall gets 4 targets. I believe it was 4 on 7 shots. As Brennan Bernard, wow. Well, that bracket's gone.
I can confirm they had to replace it after.
I'll bet they did. Wow, 4 for 7 again. Avery Cook's going to step up. He just whistled that underneath. Got that one. Jack, what kind of pep talk did you give the Flint guys before they took the ice?
If anything, I was asking for lessons from these players.
Yeah, you and me both. Goodness. There's a pair for Avery Cook. Last one. I think he got a piece. We may have to go to a review on that. Aiden Cook up. He was the big winner in the agility. He's got 2. I think he winged that top left corner. He's got 3. Yeah, he got him. Was that 4 for 5?
That was 4 for 5. Aiden Cook, another impressive showing in these Canusa games.
Wow. 2 for Braden Hoover off the top.
Who broke that top target, mind you. That top left target, the foam exploded, split in half, had to be replaced, and he goes 4 for 4.
4 targets on 6 shots. Wow, Flint is on fire. Logan Larson stepping up. And Larson, he's hovering those right side targets. Got that one. Yeah, that bracket still doesn't look right from when Brendan Bernard absolutely destroyed the top right corner. As he'll pick up a pair, does Logan Larson onto Cohen Palmer. There's the way to open.
That seems to be the theme for these U14s. They've all been trying to go upstairs first. Go low glove, low blocker later.
It seemed like that was always the trend in the All-Star games. There you see top 2 down for Cohen Palmer. Bottom corner down. He's got 2 shots. Can he pick up one more? Oh, looks like it's only registered as 2 so far. Well, he's going to get that one for sure that time. He gets 3.
And that's how you bounce back nicely.
Salvatore Viviano. It seemed like in those All-Star competitions, Jack, the individual shooters would always pick either top or bottom, left or right, and they would try to take those 2 targets first and then work to wherever maybe their weaker side was.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a familiarity thing. You know, where's their favorite spot to go on net? And I'm sure in those NHL skills competitions, goalies were probably watching to get an idea of which sides they favored more.
That's a great point. As Alex Waineo is working his way through, just jammed it off the post. Gets it low. He's got a pair. He had the top left as well. Bottom left. Can he get it? Last puck. Can he close it out? Just over the top. So, Jack, in total, in the 14U, we saw 6 total 4-target shooters. 2 on the Hamilton side, 4 on the Flint side. Aiden Cook goes 4 for 5. And that was the best one that we've had on the 14U side. We're going to hit the break. We've got one more to bring to you here at the 2021 Virtual Canusa Games, and it's my favorite. Fastest Skater is coming your way next.
All right, Jack Sevice here with the Flint Firebirds Canusa 2021 virtual between the Flint Firebirds and Hamilton Bulldogs. We're here with the U12s of the afternoon. What's your name? What position are you, and what's your team?
I'm Owen Perry. I play right wing, and I am with Little Caesars 2009 AAA.
Well, Owen, what's been your favorite event so far here at the Canusa Games?
Probably the skating one and the accuracy.
Accuracy, and why is that?
Because it's probably my best thing I have, shooting.
He's being humble. He went 4 out of 5 in the accuracy. Best of the afternoon so far, Owen Perry.
All right, Jack, here we go. It's going to be Fastest Skater. We're going to start on the Hamilton side. Ben Havers is going to kick us off. And he's got a good jump out the start. I like the fact that they pulled the nets. No chance of tripping around the end on an injury here and costing yourself as, whoa, Havers has got a real strong one going. Look at that crossover on the end. Jack is going to push it right to the line. 18-5-3. That's a tough one to beat right off the start.
Wow, an impressive time to kick things off here.
So much of fastest skater, I think, Jack, where people get confused with is they think it's the straightaways, but it's the turns that make all the difference. If you can build speed through the turn, as Anthony Amendola doing right there, you can really excel at this event.
Yeah, it's tough. You certainly don't want to pull up and stop as you get close to the goal line. You want to keep going, keep your strides and your legs moving. And like you said, build momentum around. Good example of it right here.
Anthony Liu really charging hard out of that first corner as he'll take corners 3 and 4, essentially, if you're looking at it like a NASCAR track. And he's going to charge the line, 21-2-3. So Havers still ahead, but so far, everybody's clustered right close with Andrew Liu up next to the Junior Bulldogs.
Look at the power, the strides right there.
Great corners 1 and 2 for Andrew. Did nicely in 3 and 4. Can he push it to the line? 19-1-6.
Impressive time. Still, Ben Havers leading the way, 18.52.
Yeah, that 18-5-2 is going to be really hard to beat. As Nolan Tilley, he's on his horse. Around that corner, got a nice push out of it. He's going to cross the line in 21-7. Ronnie Bally, Flamborough Sabres coming up. Jack, have you ever done this event?
I haven't. Actually, I sort of did because I was on skates filming some of the event, and I tell you what, I came around one turn and I was already tired. So certainly something that I'll leave to the professionals like we're watching right here.
Oh, it is exhilarating. Once you get out of that first and second turn, when you start coming down that back stretch and you're at full stride, it is really an exhilarating feeling when you duck down and try to get as much speed as possible as Matthew Chow steps up. That might be why it's my favorite, just the speed element to it.
Yep, I love the flow coming out of the helmet for Matthew Chow. As you see in that straightaway, a great time, sub 20 as well from him.
19-7-6. Owen Faulds is going to take his rip. And Faulds had a bit of a struggle in the first turn, but made it up in the second turn. He really blew through turn 2. He's got 3. He's got 4. He's going to challenge the line. 19-4-6. It looked like he didn't get the crossover he wanted in turn 1, Jack, and then just blew through the next 3.
It's just so tough because, as Corey said, you're on two, thin metal blades, and just being on the edge of that as you go into these turns is so much harder than people realize. And these U10s and U12s are making it look effortless right now.
We haven't seen anyone over 22 seconds so far, as Noah Beauregard is going to step in. That was 22.23 for Fox Poirier, by the way. As Noah Beauregard just flying through that third turn. He's got a chance to challenge the line. 20.07.
Still Ben Havers sitting alone. The fastest time so far of this age group.
Mitchell Cattle might have a chance if he can keep this up. Great exit through turn 2. Into 3 and 4. Nice job around. Can he get there? Not quite. 19-6-3, and he laid out for it too.
Sub 20 still just so impressive. Can anyone catch Ben Havers?
That, I'm telling you, is going to be a tough time to catch. As Bryce Simpson comes around, continues to fly through. Good entry, good exit. Simpson's not going to challenge Havers, but he's 21-4. Again, everybody under 22 seconds so far. Olivia DeCarlo, this might be the dark horse in this event.
This is who I wanted to see. Her showing in the agility competition was so impressive, and you can tell right here she is flying around the rink.
She's got a chance at it here through turn 3, out of turn 4, 17, 18, 19, 6, 6.
Wow.
It just shows you how good of a run Ben Havers had to open this up, that DeCarla couldn't get him there. Calder Anderson, last chance for somebody to knock off Ben Havers. As Anderson enters turn 3, just past 13 seconds. He's got a chance. No, 19-2-3.
Wow.
Fantastic time, but in the end, Ben Havers at 18-5-2 gets the win. I was going to say, Jack, 6 skaters under 20 seconds.
Yep, that 2 through 6, that cluster right there, just milliseconds of each other. Just so impressive. Everyone, Anthony Liu, finished 14th. Just 8 years old competing in these Canusa games. So impressive to go 21 seconds at 8 years old. I can't even do 21 seconds now.
It was an incredible, you could see him charging too. He was really flying. As we move on to the Flint side, Leo Coulter's going to open us up. Coulter's got a strong entry and exit through the first 2. Boy, Coulter's really been putting on a show today. He's been essentially pulling double duty. And all the way around, 19-2-6. Good run for Coulter.
And again, we see a great start out of this grouping, like we saw in Hamilton. Coulter setting the pace early.
That's not going to be an easy one to beat, as Gianni Finiteri cuts his way through. Now, this is in the 10 and under category. Hamilton side did them all sort of together. So that's why it's a little bit harder to separate exactly, although Havers at age 11 still incredibly impressive for what he managed to do. As you see Connor Henson making his way around. And Henson in at 19.69.
All sub 20 so far in this group, U10s, like you said. Leo Coulter, who has the best time right now, just 9 years old in this group. One of 2 9-year-olds.
Miles Holloway. He's on a good run. Enters turn 3 at 14 seconds. And he challenged at the line. Comes across 21-1-7. Good run there for Miles Holloway. Max Perry, he was incredibly impressive in the accuracy shoot.
Just so hard to not keep reiterating that these are 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds, and just the power and the potential all of them have in this game of hockey is just so cool to watch here in the Canusa games.
21-2-3. You see the potential on display right there. Alexandro Prosaga. Around the back, exits turn 2 at 8 seconds. Not bad to start off. As let's see if Alexandro can bring it around here. He's going to exit turn 3 at 17. Got on the back of the rockers a little bit. Oh, he pulled up a little too soon. 22-1-3. I think, Jack, if he strides through on the end there, he would have been sub 21.
Absolutely, and you have to imagine, it's been a full couple of hours in this group. Fastest Skater was the final event in Flint. I'm sure energy tanks are empty as they give it one last go around the entire arena.
And Jake Ward with a pretty good last go, 21-5-6 for Jake Ward. So the best one in the U10s is Leo Coulter, as we go to Cooper Massimino in the U12, and he got shot out of a cannon.
Quick strides, trying to build up speed into turn 3. Here he comes down the stretch.
Cooper with 18-9-6. Wow. Oh, now Owen Perry, who went 4 for 5 in the accuracy shooting. And he is burning around the corner.
Wow, he is flying down the stretch here.
Crosses the line, 18-1-3. Well, that's the best in Flint and the best of the day so far.
That was unbelievable.
He got Havers, and we saw how fast Havers went. He got him by 1/10 of a second.
Wow.
Tucker Petty, he's got a chance here. Good run. 19.76 for Tucker Petty. Jeremiah Silence. Let's see what he does, whether he extends the strides. I was going to say with Cooper Massimino, one thing you see a lot of in fastest skater is players will really extend their strides. Cooper Massimino didn't. Silers is. See if he can make the exit clean. He does it 16 seconds. 19.63, good run again.
Yep, and you kind of want those long strides because all your power and skating comes from those legs. So the more you can push off and use your muscles, the faster you're going to go. It's a good strategy to have. It's Leo Coulter now from the U12 group.
Now, I think, Jack, I think there may be a little bit of lost in translation. I think this is Will Terry, who's at the bottom of my U12 list. And Will Terry comes across in 24.16. So Leo Coulter ends up third in that category, was the best of the U10s. Then Cooper Massimino resets that mark at 18.69. And then Owen Perry goes 18.12.
Again, just so impressive. And you see, in Hamilton, we had 6 under 20 seconds. In Flint, there were 7 in this grouping.
Boy, the scores in this Canusa games are so close. Fastest skater overall. There you see it. Perry 18.12, Havers 18.52, Massimino 18.69. Terry got Havers by. As we're going to head to the U14s for the fastest skater portion of the competition. And Jack, we've already seen some lightning round skating.
Yeah, and we've seen every time we've made that jump to U14, it just gets that much more impressive. Wonder if we'll see a sub-18, sub-17. How low can some of these skaters go at the U14 level?
Sub-17 might be a tough one to be able to pull off. But I think sub-18, we may have a shot at it. Judging by Perry being able to do it in 18.12, we may see something here pretty special in that sub-18 category. Noah Smith is going to start us out from Lancaster on the U14 side. As he'll come flying through turn 2. And Noah pushing hard here. Into turn 3, right around 14 seconds. He's going to push heavy to the line. 26.3. Good time.
Good starting time right there from Noah Smith. Hit 4 for 4 in the shooting accuracy as well.
Luigi D'Ortenzio is another one of the skaters I was looking forward to seeing in this event. Came out a little wide on turn 2, but is he extending the strides into 3 and 4. D'Ortenzio is going to challenge at the line. 19.66.
Wow. Just the power in some of these skaters at their age level. And again, we've been saying it all day, but it just really is so impressive to watch.
Alex Downey got a little bit back on his blades coming out of turn 2 there, Jack, but he recovered into 3, and he's got a chance. He's going to set a new best at the 14U, 18.76.
Great edge work around the nets there. You saw how parallel his skates got to the ice.
Marco Ristori's up next from the Stony Creek Warriors, and look out. Marco is charging up that back stretch. Not sure if he got low enough there on those deep strides. He was skating a little tall, but he pulls it off. 18.36. Oh, I stand corrected. Dimitri Georgakoulis. Stony Creek Warriors again, and Dimitri's off to a great start.
Seen a lot more at this level. Long strides on the straightaways, and right here, a little bit more quicker feet around the turns. Try and accelerate for the home stretch.
19.07 won't be enough to get past Ristori. Rodney Hubens. He got a good start. Now really wants to kick it in gear down that back stretch. He was sub 14 seconds into the third turn. That's going to put him in good position. 19.53. Sam Wilkie up. don't think Wilkie got out of the blocks initially what she would have wanted, but now really heavily into turns 3 and 4, has a chance. 19 seconds, just over 20.69.
And a Superman dive to finish it. I tell you, he's been similar to a lot of the players where it's that long stretch after turn 2, heading into turn 3. We'll see from Jaden right here, just boom, the acceleration for the long stretch here.
It's the acceleration out of turn 2 that makes the difference. Jaden was almost sub 13 heading into turn 3, and it's going to work for him, 18.53. Brady McConnell, this is one of the ones that was looking in the agility skate like he could be a challenger in this event. Oh, smooth transition out of 2. Where's he going to be into
moving.
3? He was just about 12 seconds into 3, Jack. This is going to be a good time.
And there it is.
17.33. Jackson Harris-Mowich, he's looking for the sweep. He's got agility in the bag. He's got most accurate in the bag. And he's on fire. He was sub 12 when he entered turn 3. Does he have enough to beat McConnell? No!
Oh my goodness, by 1/10 of a second.
So Brady McConnell at 17.33, still the fastest. Isaiah Slegtenhorst. He was right about 12 seconds entering turn 3. Oh, little stumble. And he still crosses an 18.43.
These kids are giving their all, and it is so much fun to watch.
Decent Moriarty. Oh, slip into the boards. He had a good turn 1 and 2 going. That one's going to set him back a little bit. Let's see how he finishes out. And oh, Jack, he picked up big speed coming through.
Wonder what his time would have been if not for the slip. That was very, very impressive to get right back up and to finish right around 20 seconds.
So as they give us the official final times, Brady McConnell at 17.34 ends up 19 hundredths of a second ahead of Jackson Harris-Mowich, who's had an incredible run through this competition. But it's McConnell who picks up the victory in fastest skater.
And we talked about it. Sub 18 was likely. Will we see sub 17 with the Flint side of things here in the U14?
Parker Bendall. And he is on fire through turns 1 and 2. Through 3 and 4, he's out clean. He's got a great time coming.
Wow.
17.3. Better than McConnell's time by 4 hundredths of a second. Brennan Bernard out fast. Jack, these young guys in Flint, they are absolutely flying here to open up fastest skater, 18.03.
And every single one on both sides, not just with Flint, Hamilton too, you just see how one little misstep can cost you a few hundredths of a second, and that's the difference in these times.
Avery Cook. He's going to exit strong out of 4. He's got a good time going. 18.4. All right, let's see Aiden Cook. He's been in the driver's seat like Harris-Mowich on the other side. And he got a rocket of a start through 1 and 2. He's going to approach 3 and 4 under 12 seconds. Still flying to the finish, 17.1.
Expect anything else out of Aiden Cook? He's been one of the most impressive in every single event so far here at the Canusa Games.
I still want to see him and Harris-Mowich one-on-one through an entire skills comp.
Absolutely.
I think that would be a great time. Is another great time right there. Braden Hoover at 17.13 almost took the lead from Cook.
And that seemed effortless.
Yeah, he looked like he had more in the tank.
He was moving, and it looked like he was just skating regularly. Wow.
Logan Larson's going to have a good one, 17.53. Cohen Palmer. Oh, he was quick out of the block. And he's quick out of turn 2. He was sub 7 seconds out of turn 2. Into turn 3, sub 12. Out of turn 4, sub 14. 16.86.
I was just about to say, after his run, I don't think 17 seconds is going to hold up. And he showed us right there it will not.
Salvatore Viviano approaches, and he was sub 11 and a half into 3. Crossed the line. Wow. Are you kidding me? 16.16 across the line.
Oh,
These
my
kids are
goodness.
on fire. They're on fire. Alex Wainio to close it out on the Flint side, and he's got a good one going. He was sub 12 into 3. Sub 15 out of 4, and he's 18.56 on the end. 16.18 is the official time on Salvatore Viviano. Oh, Jack, that was one of the fastest runs you'll see ever in that age group.
And we talked about sub 18 being possible. How about it being possible 6 different times? And those who didn't were so close to it. Just an unbelievable showing top to bottom at the U14 level for the Flint side of things.
Viviano 16.18, Cohen Palmer 16.85, Aiden Cook, who'd won everything to this point, 17.10. 17.1 was good enough for third.
Wow. Just so impressive no matter how you draw it up.
All right, I'm here with Alex with the U14 Hamilton team. We just wrapped up the Canusa virtual games. Alex, give us a little background on you. Where you play and what position are you?
I play for the Hamilton Huskies. I'm right wing, sometimes center, and I'm 13 years old.
Awesome. So this is the first time you've ever done a skills competition kind of thing. What did you think? What did you think of the experience?
You know, I think it was pretty good. A little nervous first two times around, but third and fourth, I think I pulled it back together.
Absolutely. And what do you think was your best skill that you competed in?
Either the fastest skater. I think that's the best.
Awesome.
My favorite.
And can we get a Go Canada Go?
Go Canada, go!
Jack Snevice here with the co-director of the Canusa Games here for the Flint Firebirds, Rico Phillips. Rico, how's the day been for you so far?
Oh my gosh, incredible. I'm going to tell you why. We put this together not knowing exactly how it was going to unfold. And to see how it unfolded, see the kids have fun, watching all the skills, I couldn't be more happy with the way things turned out.
What's been the toughest part about putting together these virtual games?
Well, just that, it's virtual. And so we normally compete and we have the kids billet with one another, which is what the whole thing is really all about. Canusa Games is really about capturing the friendships through the billeting. So we're missing a little bit of that. That's what I look forward to moving forward. But as far as this is concerned, this is as close as we can get. And we hope to share our fun that we had with them in the near future. And then it's all going to, we'll see how it unfolds, that's for sure.
You talk about that fun. What's a reason for someone to come out next year and partake in the fun?
I think the friendships and bonds that are long-lasting. Many of us that have been a part of Canusa Games, we have friends that live in Hamilton, and they've been, we can't wait to see each other every other year, or every year rather, and get a chance to experience each other's communities. So I think when I think of Canusa Games, what you need to be here for is experience the friendship. There's no better way to put it. Naturally, we're going to have some fun playing hockey, but I think it's much, much bigger than the sport itself.
Any message for our friends out in Hamilton?
My friends in Hamilton, I am so happy you're finally able to get out of the house and go actually exercise and be part of ice hockey again. So we're happy for you. I know we've had a little bit of jump start on you. Most of our kids have been skating for a few months now. So hopefully we got to step up and leg up on you.
Still talking? I can't believe Rico's still talking. Oh my God.
I know, long conversations.
He's still talking.
Hey, is there a caboose to this train of thought? That's what I want to know.
Nice.
Right?
Message for our friends in Hamilton?
We miss you. We'd like to see you. Hopefully we see you soon next year, and can't wait to get back to experience the friendship. So
awesome. The co-directors here are the 2021 Canusa Games between the Flint Firebirds and the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Well, Jack, what a day of events we've seen, right from the agility through accuracy, through fastest skater. It seemed like every time we had an expectation set, the young men on both the Hamilton side and the Flint side, I should say the young men and young ladies on the Hamilton side and the Flint side, both completely tore up our notes and threw them out the window because they exceeded everything that we could have expected. just a tremendous job on both sides.
Yeah, and let me tell you, this was the 63rd running of the Canusa Games. This was my first experience of it, and I am left really speechless just how good every single age group was, and just seeing the potential out of all these kids giving it their all. Just so impressive what they're able to do at ages at U10, U12, U14, that I'm really excited to see what comes next for these kids in their hockey career, because sky's the limit. They keep working at it, keep going through, their development as well. It's just so cool to see these young athletes give it their all, participate in a great set of Canusa Games this year.
And it wouldn't be possible for us to be able to bring this to you without our incredible partners, Crim, Keg, Innovate Hockey Development, the Hamilton Bulldogs, the Flint Firebirds, and of course the cities of Hamilton and Flint. Jack, it's a great relationship. I'm glad that I was able to do this with you. Obviously, we're working pretty well together, so that Hamilton-Flint connection just keeps going on strong, my friend.
Absolutely, and these games will be going on strong as well. There will be a link below in the comments. Also on the screen, please visit the link. Tell us what you'd like to see for next year's Canusa Games. We obviously hope everyone can be back together, whether in Hamilton or Flint, to participate. And also, you'll be entered to win Canusa prize pack as well, something you certainly don't want to miss out on.
And don't forget, Canusa virtual games are happening all weekend long. Stay tuned to events on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to volunteer moving forward with Canusa, go to their website. And if you want to participate in the games, do the same. It's not just hockey. There's an endless amount of sports that you could get involved in with Canusa. I can't say enough about this great program. We want to thank everyone for being a part of this. It's Reed and Jack with you. Jack, best of luck with the Flint Firebirds this year.
And you as well with the Hamilton Bulldogs. And, hopefully we see each other down the road if you're picking up what I'm saying there.
Absolutely. First pop's on me, my friend. We'll see you again. Thank you for joining us for the 2021 Virtual Canusa Games.